Welcome to Philosopher's Walk. The topic of this episode is creativity. Walter Gropius. The mind is like an umbrella. It doesn't work unless it's open. Albert Szent-Györgyi. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else ever thought. Ray Bradbury. Don't think thinking is the enemy of creativity. It's self-conscious, and anything self-conscious is lousy. You can't try to do things. You simply must do things. Linus Pauling. The best way to have a good idea is to have a lot of ideas. Dorothy Parker. Creativity is a wild mind and a disciplined eye. Albert Einstein. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. Pablo Picasso. Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. Twyla Tharp. Creativity is putting your imagination to work. Jack London. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. Scott Adams. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. Dieter F. Uchtdorf. The desire to create is one of the deepest yearnings of the human soul. Steve Jobs. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. John Cleese. Creativity is not a talent, it is a way of operating. Osho. To be creative means to be in love with life. You can be creative only if you love life enough that you want to enhance its beauty. You want to bring a little more music to it, a little more poetry to it, a little more dance to it. Ursula K. Le Guin. The creative adult is the child who has survived. Donatella Versace. Creativity comes from a conflict of ideas. Unknown, the greatest barrier to creativity is your own self-doubt. William Plomer. Creativity is the power to connect the seemingly unconnected. Salvador Dali. Have no fear of perfection, you'll never reach it. Albert Einstein. Creativity is contagious. Pass it on. Neil Gaiman. The world always seems brighter when you've just made something that wasn't there before. Ken Robinson. Creativity is a process, not an event. Oscar Wilde. An idea that is not dangerous is unworthy of being called an idea at all. Chuck Jones. The source of all art is the same desire to reach out and touch another human being. Robert J. Sternberg. Creativity is the ability to generate or recognize ideas, alternatives, or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems, communicating with others, and entertaining ourselves and others. Mark Twain. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Edward de Bono. Creativity involves breaking out of established patterns in order to look at things in a different way. Ananda K. Coomaraswamy. The artist is not a special kind of person. Rather, each person is a special kind of artist. Edwin Land. Creativity is the sudden cessation of stupidity. Pablo Picasso. To draw you must close your eyes and sing. Steve Jobs. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Arthur Koestler. Creativity is the defeat of habit by originality. Ai Weiwei. The courage to be creative includes the courage to destroy. John Stuart Mill. What is originality? It is being oneself and reporting accurately what one sees. Steve Jobs. Creativity is simply connecting things. Elizabeth Gilbert. The universe buries strange jewels deep within us all and then stands back to see if we can find them. Unknown. Creativity is the art of letting your imagination run wild and then reining it back to focus on a specific goal. Julia Cameron. The creative process is a process of surrender, not control. Michael Dell. You don't have to be a genius or a visionary or even a college graduate to be successful. You just need a framework and a dream. Julia Cameron. Creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. Unknown, the greatest invention of all time is fire. The second greatest is the wheel, the third the remote control. Natalie Goldberg. Creativity is the dance between discipline and wildness. Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Unknown creativity is not just about new ideas, it's about making new connections. Albert Einstein. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Ruth Gordon. Creativity is a highfalutin word for the work I have to do every day. Lawrence Lessig. Our job is to connect ideas, not protect them. Neil Gaiman. Go make interesting mistakes, make amazing mistakes, make glorious and fantastic mistakes. Break rules, leave the world more interesting for your being here. You're watching Starship TV. Thank you for joining this episode of Philosopher's Walk. If you like this content, please like, comment and subscribe.